Comics and powered by the Red 5 Network. For more, visit red5.bio.link.
I'm back. Hello, how are you? It's Wednesday. I've got a dog freaking out at my feet because apparently I'm not supposed to be doing anything according to her. How are you? I missed you. It's been a long, God, how long has it been? Like a week and a half? It's been a really long time. And my belly is still itchy from, where they had to put the robot arms. But I'm back. I'm here. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. How are you? Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, and ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more of this nerdy nonsense. We've got some announcements first. First of all, I know tomorrow was supposed to be the premiere episode of Plot Holes and Payoffs, but there's been a development. It's a good development, but a development nonetheless. See, Caro is kicking off a new company, a charity called Little Lanterns, where it's helping little kids to read. It's helping childhood literacy. So you can't blame her, okay? And so she has to go through this really long training process for the company that she is partnering with. And it's obviously taking a lot of time. So this week just didn't work out. And it sucks, but it is what it is. And we're very, very proud of her, very happy for her, and for all the children that are going to benefit from this. So kudos to Caro, and Plot Holes and Payoffs will kick off next Thursday here on Comics and at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time with special guest Robert Meyer Burnett. We will be talking about Firefly. We are going to deep dive into a scene about Firefly, and we're going to talk about the differences between the series and the film Serenity, and why Robert Meyer Burnett really, really loves the series Firefly and not so much the film. He doesn't really care for the movie Serenity that much. No. Also, reminder, March 19th and 20th, I will be at MegaCon in Orlando. So if you are in the Orlando area, or if you plan on going to MegaCon in Orlando, come see me. I'll be at the Rippaverse booth. I will be giving out goodies. I've got my goodie bag packed. It's right back there. Actually, it's back there. Got a goodie bag packed. So come see me, get some goodies, come say hi, talk about Veiled Legacy, which reminds me, we got some updates on Veiled Legacy, my comic. Yes, some good updates. So if you go check out the ticker, the link on the ticker below, you can donate. It's just like $1. Seriously, you can back my comic book campaign for as little as $1, and you get your name as a thank you in the comic book. If you donate more, you get more things, like you get copies of the comic book, and the highest level, you get a custom autographed copy of the comic book. So there are some fun updates that I'm really excited about, but I can't talk about yet because that's not fair. So go check out funmycomic.com to check out the updates to the campaign. I am so excited. Ooh. What else? Also, I didn't make the cutoff. I was like just under $20 shy for my YouTube payout this month. And that's because, I had surgery and I was out of the rotation for over a week. So I didn't get that money for the trip. So if you guys want to kick in money for the Florida trip, for the trip to MegaCon, it'll have to be through Buy Me a Coffee, which is that QR code up there, that link that you see right there also. And I'll go ahead and put up the QR code for Fund My Comic too. We'll just keep that up there. All right. Let me see. What other announcements do we have? Oh, also, Miss Penny, I love you so much. You are so unbelievably kind. Guys, please tell me how the studio sounds. Do I sound a little clearer? Does the audio sound a little fatter? Because Miss Penny gave me a gift card and I finally was able to get a nice rug for the studio, and that should help with sound absorption a lot. So everyone, big round of, sorry, my mouse is acting funny this morning. I should have checked that, but everyone, big round of applause for Miss Penny. That was so thoughtful, and now I feel like the sound is benefiting so much from that. Let's go ahead and yell good morning to the chat. Then we'll gab a little bit, about what's been going on the last week with me. And then we'll dive into some headlines. We'll talk about, the first look Amazon gave us with God of War. We'll talk about, we got a teaser coming tomorrow for Lanterns, which very excited to watch with you guys tomorrow. And of course, I've been saying since December that James Gunn may not be around after the Paramount buying the WB. And now I was told for months way back then, oh, you're nuts, you're making this up. Who's your source? Well, I can't tell you. I can't disclose that source. That's not right to throw them under that bus. They asked to remain private. And, oh, you're just making it up. You're a grifter. You're just doing this for clicks. Okay. I mean, yeah, it's what I do. Here I am, content creator, talking about nerdy pop culture news. But also, I didn't make this up. Why? I absolutely did not. And I really wish I could just be like, it's... But that's not fair. But now all of a sudden, John Campea is saying, and a lot of other people are saying it, and suddenly I'm not looking so crazy. So we're going to talk about that. But let's yell good morning to the chat. Everyone, remember, if supers and members of the channel get their good mornings first, because this love we have right here, this love, it's transactional. That's right. It's only fair. Hey, good morning. I have a fat ass. Indeed I do. But good morning, I have a fat ass, and thank you so much for the $1.99 super sticker. I appreciate you very, very much. Very much. And good morning, Ensign DL, and thank you so much for checking on me almost every single day. You are so kind. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's see. Let's get to more members. If I move around or act funny, it's probably because my guts are probably uncomfortable. And we'll talk about that in a minute, if you guys want to. Okay, come on, mouse. Work with me. I don't know if my mouse is going to work with me. Oh my gosh, it's like... Will it let me do that? Oh my gosh, what is happening? Okay. There we go. Let's see. Who else we got here? We have... Scrolling, and I'm scrolling. And is DL the only member we have right now? That's okay. We're a very laid back army, as I've said. All right, Let's start from the top. And there she is, Miss Penny. Good morning, Miss Penny. Or as I should be saying now, Mom. She's going to adopt me. We've discussed this. Good morning, big time objective. Good morning, Lord. Oh, I love your name so much. Buenos dias, Fernando, and gracias. I am very happy to be back. Aloha, Somar. Thank you so very much. I feel so much better, and we're going to talk about that. We are, because I have news. Hey, good morning, Monique. Wonderful to see you, too. Hey, Nedru. Good morning. How much in beer did you have this weekend? None. None. I am so scared to have any kind of a drink right now other than a protein shake. So scared. Good morning, Jaden. Good morning. Good morning, Derpy. Good morning. Good morning, contributing editor Keto. Who else we got? We got a big chat already. This is crazy. Good morning, Lieutenant Giratina. Good morning. There we go. And good morning, Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS. Good morning. My salute feels weird because I don't have my glasses on yet. Good morning, everyone. Oh my gosh. Oh, Mari, good morning. Oh, that's what passes for romance in this house. Fart noise right back at you, babe. I did not get LASIK. I did not. We'll talk about it in a minute. And bad beer. Thanks, phone. You had bad beer this weekend? Oh, God. Don't you... Dang it. Stop it, Andrew. Don't play. We don't play with St. Louis, okay? Hey, good morning, Music City Soul. Good morning. Oh, my goodness. You guys are so hopping in here already. Good morning, Ensign Loki. Good morning. The most fitting punishment for Jimmy G's crimes is to stop making DC movies. No, well, yeah, you're civilian oversight. You're not a member of the channel, which feels wrong to me. It just feels wrong to me. 2 weeks, Nandrew. 2 weeks. Good morning, Cosmortal Comics. Good morning. All right, let's crank this down a bit. All right, guys. Somehow Dani has returned. It's been a wild ride, folks. It's been a wild ride. My husband's getting sassy in the chat, guys. All right, guys. So, this segment, we're just going to hang out for a second. I figured you guys might have some questions, and I really missed you. And I wanted to catch up, and I wanted to tell you some things and stuff, you know? So, if you have any questions about what was going on for the last week and a half, please leave it in the chat. Until I see some questions, I'm just going to kind of like let you guys know what's up. How about that? So, I had a rare condition that was apparently affecting every system in my body, and I didn't realize how much it was affecting every part of me until it was gone. So I had this condition called adenomyosis, which gets confused for endometriosis a lot, but it's not the same thing. So, um, I know men have a really hard time hearing the word uterus for some reason. But thank you, Monique. You know, my sister and I were just talking about this morning. Like, I looked at myself in the mirror. I was like, wait a minute. I look different, right? And my sister was like, you look amazing. Like, what is this? Thank you. Yes, the eviction party was very successful. So, I had this condition. My uterus was broken, basically. She was diseased. I don't know how else to put it. Um, my uterus was taking up my entire abdominal cavity. My entire abdominal cavity. Wrap your brain around that. Okay. It had pushed my intestines and everything like out of the way. Huge, huge. Okay. It caused a lot of discomfort with a lot of things. But I was having other problems that I didn't realize were connected to it. So when I had the surgery, they told us it should be about 3 hours. My husband asked, like, well, how long do you think it would take? And they were like, oh, it's usually around 3 hours, but give or take, we'll let you know. It ended up being about 8 hours. That's how bad it was. It took them 8 hours to remove this from me because there was so much damage and so much scar tissue, and it had gotten so bad. Yesterday, or the day before, I got a report from pathology, and come to find out, it was way worse than what we thought. There were growths inside the uterus. And the lining was about 4 centimeters thick, which is I'm about 2 inches. You don't want that. So basically, there was poison in my body, and this would have killed me. Um, that was quite a shock to hear. I was not expecting that at all, and, I mean, making the decision to have this surgery was you would think it'd be an easy decision to make, but as a woman, this is, a step, a very big step. Um, but it had affected every part of my body. I was, um, constant inflammation in every part of my body. My eczema was completely out of control. I was sick all the time. I was gaining weight constantly. My moods were all over the place. I mean, all over the place. Just no other way to describe it. Always in pain. Couldn't walk very far at all without my back just really, really hurting. Um, which I already have other issues that make that difficult, but just crazy, right? This was crazy. So now having that have been, removed from my body, my inflammation has gone down. It's weird, like I can suck in my stomach Thank you, Andrew. Kara and I had a talk, or I said to her, could we just not twin so hard sometimes? It's just eerie. Oh, I love her. What she went through was just she's a badass. She's absolutely Caro's incredible. What she went through, I can't even imagine. But God was absolutely looking out for me. Thank you, Cosmortal. Thank you very much. Good morning, Maria. Yes, we are now Dani and Caro the White. We've come back. It's been a very surreal and humbling experience to find all of that out, and I feel so different after having this done. After I'm still in recovery. It's still I still have some pain and a little bit to go, but I feel so much better. My mood, my skin, everything. I feel so much better. I feel so alive. And I remember texting Caro saying, I can't explain it. I feel fantastic. And she said, you had poison removed from you. I'm like, yeah. So apparently there was that in there and they removed it. And I am healed. So God is good. I am back and I'm ready to kick ass. I'm ready to hang out with you guys. Um yeah. This has been a crazy, crazy thing. So, did I get good drugs during the surgery? Yeah, about that. So, they gave me they gave me something before the surgery called scopolamine. It was a patch behind my ear for anti-nausea, but it's also a hallucinogen. And I have severe anxiety and PTSD with hospitals, which you could probably imagine since I came home from the hospital after my birth in a cast. I've had nothing but surgery my whole life. Those are my first memories. And I kept asking them, can you give me a Xanax? Can I get a Valium, a sedative or something so I can mellow out? Because we had to wait 4 hours. And nope, the answer was no. No, no, no. But here, we're gonna give you this this patch that will alter your state of mind and your mood, even though we said we can't do that. And it's gonna really make you agitated. So I did get agitated and annoyed. And then after the surgery, they left the patch on me. And for 3 days, I could not read. My pupils were the size of dimes. And I mean, I'm trying to read text messages, and it was just I could not read. I had to use my, reader glasses the Peepaw ones. Like, it was very annoying because for 3 days I couldn't read, and Bo and Caro had both provided me with so many books, and it was awful. And then I realized, oh, I get this thing is still on my neck, and I took it off, and I had to talk like a grandma to Siri to look it up, and come to find out it was a hallucinogen. So I got that, but they did give me the good stuff too. So yes, thank you. Was this a radioactive spider bite? No, but that would have been cool, right? Monique, with your hospital anxiety, how did you deliver 4 beautiful babies? Um, because they were my babies. Because it was that thought of I was doing it for them, not me. The end result type of situation. So and I wasn't going to be knocked out. You know, there's that. Cosmortal, you do look different. Looking respectfully. Thank you. I've heard that all day. All day. Maybe is it because I don't have my glasses on? Let's try this. Do I still look different? I seriously feel different. I feel so different. And my hair, my skin, like my stomach is so much smaller, thank God. Thank God. Should we talk about some headlines now? Should we talk about some headlines? Clark Kent, he says. Thank you, Music City Soul. Everyone says yes. I prefer Wonder Woman, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Maria, it's the glasses. All right, guys, are you ready for some headlines? Now, we don't want to dive into too much because we want to make sure we have stuff to talk about for the rest of the week. And thank you, Jaden. You're very sweet. Monique says, it's not the glasses. Your coloring is better. The iron levels are probably higher. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not bleeding to death anymore, and I don't have a mutated cell structure feeding off of me. Keto, a whole galaxy of uppers and downers, screamers and laughers. Once you get locked into a serious drug collection, the tendency is to push as far as you can. I'll tell you a funny story about Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Uh, we went to the river with my sister last summer, and I made a joke because Dave, wears these bucket hats, and he has these yellow aviators. He looks very handsome in them. And I said, Dave's in his Hunter S. Thompson era. And my sister says, I don't know who that is, but I was going to say he's in his Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas era. I love my sister so much. She's precious. We were like, it's the same thing, sissy. It's fine. It's fine. All right, guys, let's dive into some headlines. You don't want to listen to me gab about this crap all day. All right. What do we got here? What do we got here? Okay. So, as we've just found out right before I went live, HBO teased out this teaser for a teaser that we will have the teaser for Lanterns tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing the actual teaser, but I gotta say, there's something kind of like I feel like I could have made this about it. Am I the only one who thinks that? Maybe I'm just being nitpicky. Maybe I'm still on drugs. But there's just something about it that I feel like it's still, it's a little cheap. But I am still looking forward to seeing how the series goes. I love Green Lanterns. So that's our first headline. If you guys have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts, leave it in the chat below. And I've decided the next time Nandrew makes a joke about beer or St. Louis, he has to buy me a beer at the QR code. That's your punishment. You have to pay for those. Because I just realized that my buy me a coffee says buy me a beer. Maria, do you think Hal is dying? I think they're going to do Old Man Hal and he's going to turn into Parallax. That's what I think. I think they're doing Parallax, which could be cool. Could be very cool. I'm very excited to see Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre play Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart respectively. Jon Stewart is my favorite Green Lantern. I absolutely love him. And I think Kyle Chandler is a fabulous actor. I think they did a great job casting this. It's just a matter of how did they do with the writing? You know? Jaden, I'm so worried about lanterns because Guy Gardner is in the show. This Guy Gardner, he's in the show. Yeah, we'll have to see how they're doing that because he's very much a cartoon. They definitely went full cartoon with Superman. So we'll have to see if that tone changes. So the tone did not change at all in Peacemaker for Guy Gardner. So we'll have to see what happens in Lanterns. Very curious about that. That is a really good point you bring up. I forgot about that. Kino, kind of hard to be invested in DCU when or if Paramount is going to reboot the whole thing again. We're going to get to that. Omari, are you excited to see Nathan Fillion's bowl cut again? God, that wig is awful. Like, I get that it's supposed to look stupid and douchey. It's supposed to look stupid, okay? But one, why isn't it more red? You know, this looks blonde to me. It looks like a strawberry blonde. Why isn't it more red? And two, it looks like it's made out of mannequin hair. For those who don't know, I am a cosmetologist. I did go to beauty school. I taught beauty school. And the mannequins we had to practice on, most of them were made with like yak hair. And the wig they have him in looks like one of those mannequins that was made with yak hair that had been bleached out by a beauty school student. Fun. So I wish they would improve the quality of that. Lord Toth, Hal Jordan is the GOAT. I know that he's supposed to be my favorite, but Jon Stewart's mine. But I can totally see why he is your favorite. He is wonderful. Kino, Lanterns looks cool and all, but wind out of sails for this universe at the moment. Maria, I want Booster Gold to be in this. And now I'm just really worried we're not getting Booster Gold at all at this point. I really want Booster Gold. Nandrew, I like Stewart a lot, but Hal is my GOAT. I can see that. John is mine because he's hot. There's just something about Jon Stewart. I think it's the that quiet marine in him. Like when he first was introduced, he was an architect. And then they changed to him being a marine, and there's just something about that, he doesn't have to say much, he doesn't have to say it loudly, but when he does, everyone pays attention. He has that authority, the way he carries himself, and I love that about him. Good morning, this science fictionary podcast. How are you, Andrew? It's a tie for me. That's cool. I like that. I love Green Lanterns. I really do. I had like one of my longest breakdowns, one of the first ones I did. I think it was like the first year I was doing YouTube. I did a Green Lantern breakdown and I couldn't stick to just one. I did all the Green Lanterns for Earth Sector. Like all of them. Keto, I heard rumors that Paramount might include the Snyderverse. Oh, don't start that again. Don't start that again. Have I been watching Invincible? Is the new season out already? Is it out already? Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS. I don't get the not interested in a movie if the universe is rebooting. If the movie is good, it's good. Not everything needs to be connected. Universe to be enjoyed. I agree with you. I agree with you. Oh, so the new season came out. No, I had no idea. Sorry. There's a few things I have missed because I'm just going to be real with you. I was on a lot of drugs for about a week. Okay. I did a lot of sleeping. I did a lot of laying in bed, trying to heal. I tried to force myself out early. And Caro had a very firm but loving conversation with me. She was like, no. So, and it's a good thing she did because I was not ready. I was not ready. And I barely remember any of that. I did an interview on the Comic Crusaders podcast, which nobody showed up for. But I did that like just a couple of days after the surgery. And it's a blur. It's a complete blur. I played Stardew Valley for the first time with Caro on her stream for about an hour. But yeah, I tried and it was not working. So a lot of sleeping. I watched a lot of Twin Peaks, which highly recommend if you're on a lot of medications and recovering from surgery. Are you caught up on Night of the Seven Kingdoms? Yes. Yes. Amazing. Amazing. All right, we need to stay on track, guys. We are way behind. We're like 40 minutes in. Good morning, Vin Breeden. Jack T. Chance? This is. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a bit of a deep cut. That is out of left field. I had to like Google that. I haven't heard that name in years, Vincent. Crazy. Fernando, I have had over 50 surgeries. Over 50. And I really thought that I'd get this done. I'd be bounce right back in here. Like, I'll be able to sit at the desk. No big deal. No, because I'm used to having my legs worked on and stuff. Having your abdomen worked on and having organs removed, that's totally different. I overestimated. So, yeah, I tried to push it and Caro was like and my husband and my entire family was except my daughter. My daughter's like over it. She's like, Jesus, I'm so tired of this. Yeah, everyone was like, it's a bit much. Yes. Legs. I've had multiple surgery. You know what? So, yeah. Mhm. Both my legs. My whole skeleton's jacked up. My skeletal system is underdeveloped, too small and soft, and missing bits and bobs and everything. And so I've had a lot of work done on both legs. Most recently, my left, which is my what we refer to as existing limb, existing leg. So yes, mm, lots of surgeries on my legs. Mm. Science fiction. I feel like a truck hit me several times and I had gallbladder surgery. Really? I didn't know you had that done. I'm so sorry. I'm so out of the loop. Listen, group chats freaking overwhelm me now. I don't know what it is. DMs overwhelm me now. I don't know if it was the whole poison in my body, but I get DMs now and it's like, there's so many. I'll get to it later. And then I forget. Can anyone relate to that at all? Can anyone relate to my DM trauma, to my group chat trauma? I have this joke. Like, I've never been to the ninth circle of hell, but I have been in a group chat. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I feel like Ricky Bobby with all the platforms and stuff I have to keep up with all the time. Like, I don't know what to do with my hands. I got so much to do. Okay, guys. Let's move on to another. A Night of the Seven Kingdoms has announced 3 new cast members for season 2. We've got Lucy Boynton, Babu Cisse, and Peter Mullen. I know Peter Mullen. I don't know the other 2, but they will be showing up in season 2. Either way, I'm excited because that show is amazing. The show is amazing. All right, this train has gone straight off the tracks and crashed into a chicken cart. There are feathers everywhere. All right, let's find it. God of War. Every time I think of God of War, I think of Hot Rod. Tell me you've seen Hot Rod, please. And when Andy Samberg and Jorma Chacon are getting ready to do their stunts, they channel the animal gods of war and they sing God of War. No. Okay. What? 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 Where do you come up with this? I'm in disbelief right now. It's only one of the greatest, funniest films that has come out in 30 years. Okay. That is your homework today. If you guys haven't seen Hot Rod, you need to go watch it. That is a clip I need to go make. There he goes, Samar. When Andy falls down the mountain, I couldn't contain my laughter. He just keeps falling. He just keeps falling. Hi, my name is Rod, and I like to party. All right. So, God of War, the Amazon official account, releases this first look. That's right. Ensign Loki. 5-star movie. Everyone go watch that damn movie. If you have not seen this movie, go freaking watch it now. Oh, oh my God. Look at what you make me do. You make the demons come out of me. My gosh. Okay. So here's your first look. And everyone had something to say about it. Everyone had something to say about it. Atreus looks way younger than I thought he was going to be. I thought when they cast this kid, it was going to be like, for flashbacks or something. Maybe this is a flashback. I don't know. Nobody knows. But way young. And Ryan Hurst, like, is this actually... I want to try something real quick, if you'll permit me, because I'm wondering if this is actually him in makeup. I'm wondering if they just literally AI'd this on him. Guys, I think they AI'd it. I do. I'm going to show you something. All right, where's it at? Sometimes I really hate using Firefox with this. Okay. Just look. It doesn't quite look right. It says Peeps pointed out bald cap. There is no bald cap. There is no bald cap. I'm a special effects artist, and I see no seam for a bald cap, which either A, points to the fact that they did an amazing job blending down the seam with their acetone, or there is no bald cap. Look at this. I think they AI'd the makeup on him, because the textures aren't matching. And that could be the makeup too, but it's very severe. The differences are very obvious in texture. Look at that. Cosmortal, this being the first thing they showed, it's trash. So I don't know about AI, maybe color correction and mask in post effects, but why then again, a lot of makeup with 4K camera would make him look like wearing clown makeup. I'm leaning towards color correction for him. So the beard is the worst part. I'm thinking they did the makeup in post production. They just wanted to show something. They weren't ready. I don't think they've filmed anything yet. And they wanted to show something. So right away, everyone was saying how this not good enough. This does not look like the God of War. You know, Ryan Hurst hasn't even had time to work out yet, right? So then the creator, the creator of God of War, the actual video game, comes out and says, this is David Jaffe, by the way. The first image of Kratos in live action looks so bad in so many ways. Could you find a picture that doesn't look like he's shitting in the woods? Because that's what this picture looks like. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. And from what I'm assuming, like this is the very beginning of the game where you got to shoot the deer. I'm wondering if it's something like that, like they just were taking pictures and they did the makeup and stuff in post production. That's what I'm thinking. Because Ryan Hurst himself came out and said, "Don't believe everything you see." And we're like, "It's from the official account, my dude." Like, it's from the official account. So there's been a really, really, really big backlash from this. What are the chances that we'll get an ugly Sonic kind of situation out of this? That they're gonna kind of backtrack and be like, "Okay, so let's throw that one in the trash and, start over. How about that?" Maria, I wanted Tom Hardy to be Kratos. Oh, you know what? That's not a bad choice. That is not a bad choice at all. I could see and hear that. But could he get big enough? Tom Hardy is, I mean, compared to Ryan Hurst, he's kind of short. But back to Ryan Hurst saying, "Don't believe everything you see." That's what's leading me to believe that they cleaned this in post or, cleaned it, changed it in post. That this is photoshopped AI, whatever, and it backfired on them. I can't see Richardson's a big dude and I like him well enough, but I can't see him as Kratos. And more power to you. Maybe I'm wrong. It's happened, but I just can't see him as Kratos. I have heard that oh, who was it once him as Eddie Brock, Venom, and I'm like, oh, that would be perfect. That would be amazing. He would be a great Eddie Brock. He'd be great. I'd love to see him as Mongol. He'd be a great Mongol or Captain Atom. DL, if he was younger, what about the Clancy Brown as Kratos? I don't know if Clancy's got a fantastic voice, but I don't know if he could get like beefcake enough for that. But you're thinking. I like where you're heading. All right, guys. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. We're gonna move on to another one. Um Here we go. This one is frying me. absolutely frying me. Like, did they watch The Matrix 4? Did they? If so, why do they think this is a good idea? I'm so sorry, guys. He did say if he was younger. He did say that. Okay. Vin Diesel. You know how that's not his real name, right? And actors, pick stage names all the time. I thought maybe his name was like Vincent DeCelli or something like that. Like that would make sense. Your name is Vincent DeCelli, so you switched to Vin Diesel, but it was like Mark something. Like that was weird. Why'd you go with Vin Diesel? Anyway. All right. So Drew Goddard, director of The Matrix 5, says he's still writing the sequel. I don't know how long I'll be writing in that cave. Keep writing, dude. Take your time. We're not that worried. It's not needed. We're done with it. The Matrix trilogy was fine on its own as a trilogy. We didn't need to resurrect it the way he did. It was so bad. As a family, we were excited to see that. We were excited to see that. So we sit down with the kid like, "Oh, this was like our generation's big thing. Like this was massive. Let's watch it together." And then it was so bad. Okay, Derpy is saying the Lanterns trailer has leaked. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I'm using earbuds this time. Eh, I think they're a little big for my ears. Do do do. I don't have the leaked trailer. Lanterns leaked first look. Let's see. Oh, we do have the suit. I'm going to save that and show you guys. First look at Hal Jordan's suit. Oh, it's in my DMs. Thank you, hon. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys this suit. This is supposedly Hal Jordan's suit. While you guys check that out. Yeah, it's not bad. It's okay. But I thought the suits themselves were constructs. You know? Okay. You guys want to watch this teaser trailer? Yeah, I can't say I'm too. Yay, this suit. It's okay. But One, I think they're trying to make it look like a flight suit because of who Hal Jordan is. Fair, but also that means they don't truly understand the Green Lanterns. The suit itself is supposed to be a construct, glowing bright green. This looks like a leather flight suit. Why would it be hanging up? Okay. I'm going to let's check this out. I don't know if you guys can hear this though, because of how Firefox is with stuff. He's dropping F-bombs, bro. I don't know if you guys could hear this. Good morning, Commander Polly. Hair out with the flare out. Yes, sir. I'm back. Since it's leaked, is this trouble for the show? That's a really good question. Are they trying to drum up hype? And by the looks of this, they're going to necessarily have to. Green Lanterns don't have physical suits. It's a construct. It comes from their ring. You wouldn't hang it up in a closet like Batman would, you know? Um, we're reviewing and giving commentary. We're reviewing and giving commentary. It doesn't matter if it's Earth-based. It doesn't matter at all, hon. They are doing the Green Lanterns. These are the Green Lanterns. And what are the mechanics of a Green Lantern ring? Willpower. They make constructs. The suit, everything comes from the ring. They don't have a physical suit. The only thing that is physical on its own is the ring. Then it's not the Green Lanterns. Then it's just not. And that's just the truth. Because that's what the Green Lanterns are. They use the power of will to form constructs. And the suits that they wear, their uniforms, their Green Lantern Corps uniforms, come from that ring, come from their will. Just like the Red Lanterns from their anger, and so on and so forth. You wouldn't have a physical suit that you hang up. So that's a disappointment for me, because that's not the Green Lanterns. They're not adapting the Green Lanterns. They're making their own thing. And that's what I don't like about these comic book adaptations, because they're not comic book adaptations. They're making their own thing and slapping a name on it, slapping a familiar name on something that's totally new. And that's just cheating to me. That's just cheating. It's just cheating and lazy. If you want to make your own thing, make your own thing. Go for it. Put your own name on it. Go do it. I support you all the way. But taking someone else's work, someone else's brain baby that they worked really hard, that many, many people have worked hard on over many, many years, and saying, nope, I can do better. I'm going to do a different version. I'm going to change everything about it and still put their name on it or put that recognizable name on it. That's not okay. The Green Lanterns do not have suits that you hang up in a closet. They just don't. You see that, but that takes work and patience. It's true. I'm talking about everything. Everything. But if this is what we're doing, if we're doing a physical suit that they hang in the closet, then they don't understand the very basics of the Green Lanterns. They don't understand. I'm okay with different versions. But you don't go and change the entire lore. All right. And I know you guys can't hear it. I'm sorry. But Hal Jordan just told Jon Stewart that he's a fucking substitute teacher because that's something Hal Jordan would say. Absolutely real. Absolutely real. Legit. They have a physical brown leather suit hanging in a closet. And Jon just told Hal, and we both know I do a better job of this than you. So there's the lantern. It's very golden age. We got Kyle Chandler, Hal Jordan flying. Well, I got one of them is a fucking squirrel, he says. So Hal saying he doesn't talk to the other lanterns. I'm human. They're aliens. One of them's a fucking squirrel. I don't know about this now. They're not acting like Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, the paragons of willpower and what's the word I'm looking? Good protective men. You know, good men. Brave, bold men. And a physical suit. I don't and am I nitpicking too hard on this? Because from my perspective, the physical suit is an indication of a deeper issue that they don't understand what the power of the Green Lantern is. The constructs that come from willpower out of a ring. The ring is a conduit that harnesses their willpower and creates physical constructs that disappear. I'm just I know James Gunn didn't write or direct this, but he did sign off on it. He is the creative director of the DCU. And this would not have moved forward without him. Smart ass, how's the music playing? Epic or forgettable? It's good music, like doom, 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 doom. I think it was the same music for the last trailer. Um, but I'm a little sad. Omar, oh, sorry, Loki. He's a member. Ensign Loki. It's his usual nihilistic shit. Omar, Hollywood needs to end the tradition of having a joke play after we get the title drop for a movie or TV show. Just let the trailer end. Just let it end. Is the human a villain? I don't know. I don't know. But I'm a little sad. Sorry, that's the end of my protein shake. I'm a little sad. This is a problem. Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern was closer to lore than this from what I've seen so far. And again, I need to withhold final judgment until I see full final product. But again, physical suit. A Green Lantern would not have a physical suit. The only thing they would have is a ring and a lantern. It's disappointing. It's disappointing. I will watch it to review, curiosity, hope, but I still have Matrix 5 because they dropped it like that. It does lead to this question. Back in November ish, I was told that word was going around that if Paramount bought Warner Brothers, pardon me, James Gunn would not be sticking around. That's what I was told. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. That there was a few things, like one, when Zaslav offered Gunn the job, he was like, "You mean I get to be a Kevin Feige? Yeah, I would love to do that." Like, who wouldn't want to basically play in the DC sandbox? Right? Who wouldn't want that? Joel, good morning, Joel. Good morning. Good morning, Havoc. Said, hope Paramount salvages the Lantern brand and makes the show non-canon. um, but I was told that Gunn was like, yes, I would love to play in that sandbox. I would love to be your Kevin Feige for the DC universe. Sounds great, but I want to make movies too. And they're like, yeah, we want you to make movies. He's like, I can do it. It's fine. But then after a while, he was like, okay, so this is a lot of work. Because not only do I have to be a filmmaker for a few different projects, like several projects, and, make sure that stuff do the writing, the directing, make sure the casting gets done, make sure everyone's doing their work and following the vision. But I have to create this roadmap for this great connected universe and, supervise all of that and produce all of that. He got overwhelmed. And we heard him say it ourselves. And so many people have such selective memories that they forget or they just kind of compartmentalize. But he flat out said he didn't want to do Peacemaker season 2. He didn't want to do it. He was like, I'm tired. Like, I'm tired. I just finished Superman. I'm on vacation with my wife. I'm sleepy. I don't want to do it. And he ended up having to spend his whole vacation writing Peacemaker season 2. And you can tell because Peacemaker season 2 was awful. It was a mess. It was gobbledygook. It was just the only things I liked about Peacemaker season 2 was Eagly and Tim Meadows. The rest was just hot garbage. It was just an absolute mess. So I was told that was one. He just too much work, overwhelmed. Okay. I'm so sorry. This is the first day back at work, guys, since the surgery. And he's not really accomplishing the task. Superman did not make the amount of money it needed to. It didn't drum up the hype and attention and money. Money is the most important thing here. It didn't make the amount of money that it needed to. Okay? They spent a lot on Superman. They spent a lot of money on Superman. On the marketing for Superman. And people forget this all of the time, okay? Reshoots are expensive. Marketing is expensive. And the reaction to Superman was very, very mediocre. It was only in theaters for 3 weeks. Ted Sarandos, who was the interim possible owner of Warner Brothers for like a week and a half. He's the co-CEO of Netflix, and when he was buying Warner Brothers, he had to go before the committee, and Cory Booker's asking him all these questions, and he tells them that, yes, I plan on Netflix plans on leaving films in theaters for a minimum of 45 days, so long as that film is still making money, which is what's supposed to happen. He said, for example, he's like, Cory Booker asked him if this is self-regulated. Are you going to, make sure that you do this yourselves? And he's like, well, everybody does this. Now, if something's not making enough money, we pull it a little early. If it's making good money, we leave it a little longer. He said, for example, Sinners did amazing, so we left it in theaters. In fact, up until recently, it went back into theaters. It was still in theaters. It was doing so great. Superman, he said, got pulled early because it wasn't making the amount of money they wanted it to. It wasn't making enough money. So they took it out of theaters and put it straight on digital. Like, so Blue Beetle didn't perform well, and Blue Beetle isn't that bad. It's not. And I love Abuela. I love that woman. But still, it's mid. Everything he's done so far for the DCU has just been okay. That's nice. Uh-huh. He needed to knock people's socks off. Like, bam, to show that something could be sustainable, because you can't keep chunking money into something unless it's going to make you more money back in return. That's how business works. That's economics. Hey, what's up, David? Movie talk now. How are you? Thank you, my friend. Thank you. But yeah, it's not been doing great. Peacemaker season 2 was awful. Awful. So, from what I have been told, Paramount, the Ellisons, not impressed. Not impressed. And Gunn, he doesn't really care. Good morning, Dom. But Supergirl will make $1 billion. Yeah. Yeah. Gundo himself said there can only be so many hours in a day. Yeah, he has said that. And he said the words, I don't know how sustainable this is. But again, that's one of those things that he says that certain parts of the fandom are like selective about. He said that himself. He is preparing people himself for him not being around anymore as the creative director of DC. From what I've been told, I think he just wants to be a filmmaker. I don't think he wants to be a studio head. It's not that fun. It is not that fun. And the studio is not making money. They're not making money. Omari, we haven't heard from Peter Safran in a while. Does he see the writings on the wall? Probably. Because everyone else has had their contracts extended, like fully extended for years. Peter Safran and James Gunn got 6 months. And that 6 months is almost up. He should have started with Trinity solo movies first. I absolutely agree with you. And he should have stuck to the source material. This is a conversation I had with Al on Comic Crusaders. My comic, which again, please help support that comic book. I haven't had any new backers since I had surgery, and I think it's because I've been out of the public eye. But I'm still here and I'm still pushing for this. So you can help support my comic for as little as $1. I was telling him that my comic story very much about myself. There's very much me in that story. Very much so. But when it comes to characters like Superman and Green Lantern and so on and so forth, legacy characters that have been established for almost 100 years and have almost a century's worth of lore and stories with them, you cannot self-insert. You cannot bring them down to you. You can't do that. They're established. They're legacy characters. You go to them. You write at their level. You write their stories. You don't write, what if James Gunn were Superman, or if Superman were James Gunn, or whatever, or if Dani Santassi was Wonder Woman, you know? No, you just write Wonder Woman. You just write Superman. You have almost a century's worth of stories and lore to research and get to know this character. So why don't you do that first? Get to know that character, then write that story. But inserting yourself into the lore and character of this legacy creation is lazy and entitled, arrogant. It's it's just and the Ellisons care about money. Their movies have done well over the last couple of years. Their movies have done well. Star Trek has not. I cannot talk to them about Star Trek. I will lose my mind. um mm, but they've done well with their films. They're not impressed with the DCU. So I do believe that there is cause for concern over at DC Studios. Um, if the Ellisons are to even consider keeping James Gunn and the DCU intact at all, then let's face it, Lanterns has to be amazing. It's got to be a ratings darling. Okay, it's got to destroy everything else for the entire season. Supergirl has to do 1 billion plus. I mean, well over 1 billion. It has to smash the box office to bits and pieces. It has to be a critical and audience success. Hands down across the board. And so does Clayface. Everything that's coming out has to be critically, audience, box office smash for Paramount and the Ellisons to even consider keeping James Gunn and the DCU intact. Tell me I'm wrong. This is a business. It's a business. And these are people that are extremely wealthy to a level that we can't even imagine. And they have gotten that way and stayed that way for a reason. And that reason is not by constantly throwing money at things that are not making money in return. You got to think logically here. You can't think with your emotions. I know a lot of people want this to stay in peace, in one piece. And listen, I have DC tattooed on my arm. I love DC Comics. I would love I would have loved to have had a DC interconnected live action universe like Marvel had going for so many years there. It may never happen, but I'm not going to sit here and just take mediocre, even terrible crap just because it's all that we have. That's settling. I've settled before. I got divorced because it was bad for me. Commander Polly says, newsflash, none of those which you mentioned will be box office bonanza hits, which is exactly my point. This is my point. They would have to be box office bonanza hits, hits with the critics, hits with the audience. They'd have to go insane in order for the Ellisons to consider to keep this all intact and in one piece. And the fact of the matter is, it's not going to happen. So be prepared for the bot activity to skyrocket. A lot of getting attacked for your logical opinions. Get ready for it, because it's going to happen. Because that's how they do things. When they know that it's not going to work, then it becomes attack the audience time with bots. Fernando, expecting us to wait until Matt Reeves' Batman series is done for we get DCU Batman is ridiculous. Like, a lot of what he has done is just like he announced the last time I went to Florida is when he announced all of this, including Booster Gold and Paradise Lost. And that was 4 years ago. Was it 4 years ago? 3 or 4, it was 3 or 4 years ago. Either way, we haven't heard anything about Booster Gold or Paradise Lost. They're not happening. I guarantee you. It's just not happening. I will be amazed if by the end of the year he's still co-CEO of the DCU or whatever. It was January 2023. Okay, so 3 years ago. Omari, I think wherever DC goes, they should stick to standalone projects. I like a shared universe, but DC have too many cooks in the kitchen compared to Marvel Studios. You're right. And what is wrong? I mean, let's face it. What made the Marvel universe great? What made it work so well? They came out with Iron Man. They did The Incredible Hulk. They did Captain America, the First Avenger. They did Thor. They did all of those. And it took them 4 or 5 years introducing us to these characters one at a time, allowing the audience to get emotionally invested into each individual character before they brought together an ensemble piece 5 years later. Time, writing, investment, quality. DC has rushed things from the start. Since the Snyderverse was rushed. I don't care what you say. I have said it for 10 years. It was rushed. They did it bass backwards. They tried to do the opposite of what needed to be done in order for it to be successful. They ignored the things that made the Marvel cinematic universe work and become so successful. They ignored it. They just thought, oh, well, they just like superheroes. Yes, but we like it done well. One at a time. Allow the audience to become emotionally invested because you've got quality writing, quality storytelling. You've given them time to invest into these characters, one building block at a time, and then bring it on home. DC was like, nope, they just like superheroes. So put them all together in a movie. Done. There you go. Ensign Loki. He said good writing that followed comic storylines until Feige took total control after Civil War. Feige always had control from the start. Look it up. The cinematic universe was his idea. The whole thing was his idea. He's always had control. The whole direction, the roadmap where they were going to go, that was all Feige. The problem was it got too big and he had to delegate. And he delegated it to stupid people like Victoria Alonso. So, but guys, I have to take a break because I have to do mid roast in an hour, less than an hour. And I don't want to wear myself out too much. Because remember, I still just had surgery. That's why I'm yawning so much too. This takes a lot out of me. But thank you so much for joining me on my first day back. I appreciate you. You guys are the best. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, and ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with more of this nerdy nonsense. Make sure you are supporting Veiled Legacy at the QR code. Which one am I pointing at? I don't know. There are 2 QR codes. You can go to either. The duck you can go to help support the comic book, which is on the ticker below. And the coffee cup will help me with my trip in Florida. Woo, woo, woo. You can also check out the Patreon. That also helps support the comic book. And you get merch. You get merch every 3 months for the first year of your membership, and it is Veiled Legacy themed. You also, which I'm going to set up some new merch too for there. So, since I got some snazzy artwork. Also, this is where you go to get all the behind the scenes of the creative process. So if you want to see like what it takes to actually make this comic book, like every Friday, except for last Friday, pardon me, every Friday I do a vlog about what I'm working on, how I got there, what I'm thinking about or whatever, and I upload it and you can't find it anywhere else. And there are 4 different tiers starting as little as $3 a month. So check that out, patreon.com/comics. And there's also Cash App if you want to help with my trip to Florida. So Cash App or that coffee cup QR code that will go directly to me and you can help me with my Florida trip. I don't have my own hotel room or a car. So, or food. I'll need to eat. Um, I do have, oh yeah, the merch store. We've got a bunch of fun stuff on the merch store. So go check that out. comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com. I've got new stuff up for sinners and plot holes and payoffs. We have official merch for plot holes and payoffs. So check that out. Very excited. Yay. Mm-mm. And I've got some affiliate links in the description below as well if you're interested in that. This podcast is powered by the Red 5 Network. We are a collective of exclusively nerdy podcasters and content creators here to educate and entertain you. So if you like this podcast, chances are you're going to love more of what the Red 5 Network has to offer you. So check out red5.bio.link today to discover more of your Red 5 family of podcasts. Everything I've told you about can be found at comics-and.com. That's my website. There's some stuff about the comic book, stuff about the channel, and a little bit about myself, as well as my portfolio of special effects looks, some reviews I've written in the past, and ways to get a hold of me. All my socials, all that stuff. So comics-and.com. Yes. Oh my goodness. I could do a sleeping ASMR stream. I don't think, no, it's not pretty. It's not. Thank you, Cosmortal Comics. I really appreciate that. I appreciate that. And he said, that's not what I meant. I meant about modernity. Ah, got you. Roger. All right, guys. I hope you have an awesome, awesome day. I will see you over on the Latino Slant in under an hour to talk some Jim Carrey stuff and other things. That's where we rant and stuff. And then I'll see you tomorrow. But until then, support comics and keep your eyes peeled.
Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you!